सर अभी आपने जैसे बताया कि Q&A सेशन ओपन रहेगा। सर यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल। सर यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल।
Yeah, yeah. So we can take it up in any manner. Uh, I'm
एट
okay
एनी
with that.
टाइम ना।
At any time. Yes, yes.
इन बिटवीन।
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
ओके।
So, ma'am, we are live on YouTube also. So kindly
ओके।
start the session, ma'am.
गुड इवनिंग मेंबर्स। I, CA Mahima Bhatia, moderator of today's webinar on the topic Simplified GST Compliance with Teleprime, welcomes all of you in today's webinar. On behalf of the House, I would like to thank CA Abhinav Agarwal, Chairman of the NIRC of ICAI, and his whole team for conducting webinar on such an interesting topic. Before starting the session, I would like to give brief introduction on the today's topic of the webinar. In today's fast-paced and dynamic environment, efficient GST compliance has become more crucial than ever. Mastering with Teleprime can also help you to stay ahead of the curve, offering you a competitive edge in streamlining your GST filing and overall financial reporting. It also helps the user in GSTR1 filing, GSTR 3B filing, auto reporting of GSTR1 3B, reconciliation of GSTR 2A 2B, enhancement of ITC management, fetching of party details and their ledger creations. It also helps in TDS compliances. Before calling today's guest speaker, CA Parth Patel, I would like to give brief introduction about him. Parth Patel is a chartered accountant with strong technological background, currently serving as an assistant general manager product excellence at Telesolution Private Limited. He leads initiatives to enhance product visibility and add value in product usage by customer for Western India. He has 15 years of experience in this domain. Now I would like to invite CA Parth Patel to start his deliberation.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. So thank you so much for this warm welcome. So I'll start sharing my screen. Please confirm once you are able to view the screen so we can proceed. Yeah, is it visible, ma'am? Can you just confirm once?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So everyone knows this screen, everyone is familiar with this screen day in, day out, right? Let's straight away jump onto what is there for GST compliance from a Tally Prime upgrade perspective. So Tally has recently come up with a latest upgrade that is Tally Prime 5, we call it. And it is highly focused on the GST compliance perspective. And as a professional, we should experience this and we should not miss this. Let's quickly start away with the capabilities that has been enhanced with this. So we'll quickly go through the exchange menu. Exchange menu on the top. So in exchange menu, you can see that there are some new options that has been added. So out of that, the first one is upload GST returns. So this is exactly what we do when the month starts. We start with the GST return filing, right? So we'll click on the upload GST return. So as soon as we get inside, there are two types of return. One is GSTR1 and another one is GSTR3B. So let's start with GSTR1. So we'll click on the GSTR1 return. So in GSTR1 return, you can see the changes in some options. There are one or two new options that you can see on this screen, right? And the name of the window has been changed from export GST return to upload GSTR1. There is also a new button called send, right? The export button has been retained as it is, the way we are used to export the GST returns. You can also see some registration details. Like on the same screen, we have Maharashtra registration. If we go little bit down, there is also a Tamil Nadu registration. If we go a bit down, there is also details, right? So there are more than one registrations on the same data. So this is possible through multi-GSTN activation, right? For the time being, we'll focus on particular one registration. So I'll press F3. We will proceed to file the Tamil Nadu registration GSTR1. So we'll select the Tamil Nadu. Here, the filing frequency for Tamil Nadu is monthly. We file monthly GSTR1 for this Tamil Nadu, right? So straight away, I can simply click on the send button, and this data in the GSTR1 report will get uploaded to the portal. So I'll press yes. The moment I press yes for the first time, it will ask me authentication. So the authentication is the same, that is the OTP that gets generated onto the GST portal based on the username that we have. So for this GST registration, we have this GST username, which is the same that we use on the GST portal, right? On the basis of the same, the OTP will be generated on the registered mobile number and email address, which is reflecting in the GST portal under that particular registration. So we'll click on the send OTP. The OTP will get sent to that registered number. And here, if we enter this OTP, so this GSTR1 data will be uploaded successfully to the portal. So here the GSTR1 data will get uploaded to the portal. Now, after uploading the GSTR1 data to the portal, what do? Usually we cross-check with our report, our tally report, whether whatever is there in my GSTR1 in my tally, the same has been there on the GST portal or not. If it matches, then I proceed for filing GSTR1 through OTP or digital signature, whichever mode I'm doing, right? So again, I'll go to exchange menu. In exchange menu, after upload GST return, there is an option called file GSTR1. So I'll click on the file GSTR1. I'll select the period and we'll go for Tamil Nadu registration. Now here inside, you can see that section-wise summary is reflected. Because the GSTR1 summary that we get, it is the same manner in which we get the summary from the portal. So the similar summary window is available here to match the same experience that we are used to match. So I'll click on the send button here. The moment I click on the send button, TallyPrime will fetch the GSTR1 summary from the GST portal, which we have already uploaded in the step 1, that is earlier step, right? Then that summary will land inside Tally. After that GSTR1 summary is landed inside Tally, this will get matched with the summary in our GSTR1 report. So Tally will recognize that whether this summary, which is downloaded from the GST portal before filing, whether it matches with the GSTR1 report or not. If it matches, we'll see the same message that the downloaded summary is matching the summary in your books. If it doesn't match, it will also reflect that this downloaded summary is not matching the summary in your books. So let's say here in this case, it is matching. We will proceed to file the GSTR1. So we'll click on the continue filing button here. So once we proceed to filing, we'll need to provide the PAN number of the authorized signatory. So here in this case, it is the same one that we see on the back of the screen. So we'll put down the PAN number. So based on this PAN number, before filing GSTR1, that OTP validation will be carried out. So again, we'll put the OTP. And the return will get filed from the TallyPrime itself. So once the return gets filed, then ARN number, that is acknowledgement reference number, gets fetched from the portal to Teleprime. We can also click on the view summary and can see what is the current status of this particular GSTR1. So GSTR1 for the Tamil Nadu registration for the month of April 24 is filed on this particular date, that is today, 24th October, and the ARN number corresponding to that filed return is reflecting here. Same information will get back to a GSTR1 report. So let's say we go to the GSTR1 report. In GSTR1, let's go to a Tamil Nadu registration, and in this we are going again back to the April 24. So whenever I come back here after filing, it will show me that this GSTR1 is already filed, the filing date and the ARN reference number. It will also show me here on the right hand side what is the last online GST activity in this particular data. So this will get reflected here itself in the GST report. So this is how we can file the GSTR1 for a monthly case. Now let's cover up quickly on the QRMP part. Right. So here in this data, we have also a QRMP case. So we'll go to upload GST return, GSTR1. In the GSTR1, here we will select Maharashtra registration. In Maharashtra registration, we have a quarterly filing from where we can set this quarterly filing. So if I press F11 here in enable GST registration settings inside Maharashtra, I can select here periodicity of GSTR1 as quarterly and monthly. So if I select periodicity of GSTR1 quarterly, Teleprime 5.0 will populate the returns information exactly in the same manner as it is available in the GST portal, right? You can also save the GST username here as well as the mode of filing here. Let's say we have EVC for OTP, and if someone wants to file it using DSC, they can choose here as a DSC option in the configuration level itself. Right. So we'll select here Maharashtra, go back. So here we have given the period as April to June, that is full quarter. So since we have given the full quarter here, it reflects everything, B2B as well as B2C, as well as HSN summary and document summary. Now, let's say I'm trying to upload the IFF for the month of April. So I'll come in this window and will only select April 24 as the period. So once I select April 24 as the period, it will automatically reflect only B2B transactions. The same piece of information that is available for upload on the GST portal. It will not reflect the B2C because that is not required for the first and second month. Let's see if I move on to May month, let's say May 24. So it will reflect only B2B transactions, and we can upload it from here in the same manner as we did. Let's see if I go on looking only for the June month. So it will reflect on a standalone basis for the June month. But for the June month, it is entire quarter, right? So April to June 24, if I select, it will reflect the all transactions. Now there is also one more enhancement in this. Let's say you have already uploaded 1 or 2 months transactions earlier, but for the last month you want to upload only a partial summary from Teleprime. Let's say I have uploaded all the B2B invoices, but at the quarter end I want to upload only B2C, HSN summary and document summary. So I can go on selecting all 4 fields and click on the send button. The moment I select all 4, it will upload only those 4, not the rest one, because the rest one are already uploaded by you. So inside Teleprime 5.0, An item-wise upload behavior is also instilled so that in cases where there are few bills which are left or which are missed out, and you want those bills to be uploaded, and based on the tracking that you have, you can easily track those bills. There is also a new functionality to support this behavior, to have this tracking. If we view on the screen on the right hand side, there is a new button called F8, that is exclude uploaded. So once we upload particular bills, TallyPrime also keep a track that which bills are uploaded from TallyPrime, which bills are not uploaded. If we want to view it, whatever are uploaded, we can exclude it. So the moment I pressed exclude uploaded, you can see here all the B2B bills are still reflecting, but the summary rows has gone away. Let's say if I select only April month bills, right? I'll select those bills, click on the send button, and this will get uploaded to the GST portal. The moment those are uploaded, you can see on the screen, those bills are not reflecting on this upload screen because they are already uploaded, and we want to view here only bills which are not uploaded. Let's see, I'm uploading a May month's bills. I'll select those, click on the send button, and I can upload only May month's bill. So only June month's invoices are remaining, right? So you can also upload item by item. This behavior will be very, very useful to all of us, especially in the case of a GSTR1 filing where there is an e-invoicing is enabled for a particular client. And in that scenario, in usual cases, we do not need to upload the invoices wherein the invoice are already generated and that are already available on the GSTR1 through IRN2 GST data exchange, right? In few exceptional cases, there are some clients who also prefer on uploading the invoices from Tally itself. So for that also, that option is already available in under the basis of values, which bills we want to include, which bills we do not want to include, right? So here you can upload in total on a monthly basis, on a section wise, on a summary wise. So I'll select here include uploaded. So it will reflect all the entries. If I want to understand which bills are already uploaded, I'll press F8 and I'll come to know that this all gets uploaded. These remaining invoices are pending. I can select all together and click on the send button, and this will also get uploaded. So in the case of QRMP, lot of permutations and combination are possible. The same will be handled seamlessly through an item-wise upload or a month-wise upload or a section-wise upload. Right. So yes, do we have any questions? We can take up a pause here for a couple of minutes. If there are any questions, we can take up and then go ahead.
Sir, no questions.
Okay, so we'll move ahead for the next capability. So once the GSTR1 is filed, then from 14th of day, we start reconciling our GSTR2B, right? So the same workflow will be taken care inside TallyPrime. Let's understand how to do it. So simple, our accounting data is inside TallyPrime. What we need to do is get the GST return details inside TallyPrime from the GST portal. So again, we'll go to exchange menu. After upload GST return, there is another option called download GST return. I'll click on the download GST return. Then here I'll be able to download which GST return I want to download. For example, let's say I want to download only for a particular registration. That is possible, or all, it is also possible. So there are 4 types of returns that I can download inside TallyPrime from the GST portal directly. One is GSTR1, 2A, 2B, and 3B. So GSTR1 for reconciling our own data with the portal and to spot the mismatches. 2A, that is predominantly for the businesses to keep a track of ITC at risk. We'll also cover what is ITC at risk and how Tally will showcase. Then there is a GSTR 2B reconciliation. That's the by far the most popular reconciliation that we all gets involved at our office after 14th, right? And GSTR 3B reconciliation. So let's select here all returns. We want all returns to be downloaded. Now comes onto the period, return period. So here the same behavior of and flexibility of Tally goes for which period that we want to download the GST returns. Usually we do it on a monthly basis, right? But here you have the choice to download for the period that you wish to choose. For example, I want to download for a quarter, you can do it. I want to download for 6 months, you can do it. I want to download for the whole year, you can also do it. So
There is a one question.
yes, ma'am, let's take it up. So
How to set up multiple registrations?
okay, how to set up multiple registration. So let's go back. So here we'll click on the F11, and in F11 there is an option called enable GST, right? So here whenever we are creating our first registration, let's say we have created Karnataka as the first registration. On the down side, you can see a new option that is called create another GST registration for the company. So in the same company, if I have another GST registration, I need to press yes, and then again the new registration window will come. Right. So this is the option wherein we can create a multiple GST registration for the same company. I hope this answers. Now coming back to our part again. So we were looking through the download GST returns. So here let's download GST returns for a specific period. Tamil Nadu registration will download all returns. Let's view all reconciliation, right? So for the sake of simplicity, we'll only keep for the 2 months so that it becomes easy and fast for us, right? We'll download. So here it will connect with the GST portal and will download the GST returns, right? So we'll start with GSTR 1, 2A, 2B. Now, very interesting on the screen, what activity is undertaken while downloading. So while downloading, it also auto reconciles. So as soon as the return gets downloaded, along with downloading, it reconciles the data with the books of accounts. If all the parameters are matching, like GSTN, taxable value, CGST, IGST, SGST, and an invoice number, if all the parameters are matching, then it will reconcile automatically. So now downloading is complete. So for viewing the reconciliation part, we will go to GST reports, and in reconciliation, we will be able to view that comparison. So let's go to GSTR1 reconciliation. In GSTR1 reconciliation, we'll select April to May because that's what we downloaded, and we'll select Tamil Nadu registration. So for this registration, I can view the comparison. You can see the data will be in two colors. One is a black and another one is blue. So the data which we are able to view in the blue fonts, that is the GST return data that is there in Tally Prime that we have downloaded or fetched. Right. So here we can view the comparison on a section wise. Let's say I have 21 invoices in my GSTR1 for 2 months, but if I view on the portal, there are only 19 invoices uploaded. So there are 2 invoices which are still missing. If I want to track the item level or an invoice level mismatch, then I can go inside, I can view the party wise. If I want to view the status particular category wise, I need to press F5. So the moment I press F5, I can see that those are already reconciled automatically once we downloaded GST return. This is only available only on portal, and these are only available in books. So this invoices we have missed it, and we need to upload it to the next month. So
So
let's
there are
say,
two questions.
uh, okay,
When we enter transaction, will Tally ask to which registration it pertains?
yes. So when we create a transaction, it will reflect for which registration that pertains. Let's say we quickly press the go to button here and create voucher. So here on the screen, you can see this is pertaining to Karnataka registration. If we want to pass a particular entry to a Maharashtra registration, I will press F3 and change it. If I want to pass an entry for a Tamil Nadu, I'll press F3 and I'll go to Tamil Nadu registration. Right. So coming back to the
The next
yes,
question is
yeah.
how it is connected with portal. Is it auto connected or we have to install?
So so for the purpose of return filing, we need to connect to the GST portal. Right. Let's say we want to upload a GSTR1 or a download GST returns or a file GSTR1. So in case of return filing activities, then you need to connect to the GST portal. So let's say we want to right. Yes, ma'am. Any other question that we have?
No, sir.
Okay. So we'll quickly move ahead with this. So let's say we have these invoices which are not there in GSTR1. This has been created after filing GSTR1, right? Now, these three invoices must go in the next month GSTR1. So it should go in the June month GSTR1, right? So how to take care of that? Usually, currently we do it manually, uh, right? From the GST portal, we open up the GST portal and we'll add this three bills individually. But inside Tally Prime, we can select all these three bills, right? On the right hand side, there is an option called set effective date. Now, these three invoices must go in the June month GSTR1. So I'll simply put here June 24 and those will go to the June month GSTR1. So whenever after 1 month we are going to upload the June month GSTR1, those bills of April and May which were missed out will be automatically uploaded in the June month GSTR1 with the same date, same information, no changes. So this is how we can keep track of what all changes are there in the books of accounts compared to the GSTR1 that is reflecting on the GST portal. So this was about GSTR1 reconciliation. GSTR2 reconciliation. So we can view the same thing that we are that we have experienced. So April to May, and again will be Tamil Nadu. So we can see here on a comparison basis what all is reflecting and what all is missing. So if we go inside, so there are two parties, both are unreconciled. If I press on F5 here, so in F5, I'll be able to see what all are reconciled and which are not reconciled. Correct. So this is how we can view 2A comparison on the screen. Now coming back to the GSTR3B. So let's go to GSTR3B reconciliation. So for GSTR3B, you would have noticed that there is option of GSTR1 RICO, 2A RICO, 2B RICO, but that there is no option of GSTR3B RICO, right? So GSTR3B reconciliation is not an item-wise reconciliation. That's why 3B reconciliation is embedded inside the GSTR RIB report. So here we'll select April to May 24, right? And we'll select Tamil Nadu. So this is our GSTR 3B report that we are used to view and perform export or upload options. On the right hand side, there is a button called basis of value. So if we click on the basis of value, here the second option, we can see the comparison. In the second option, we will select comparison of books and portal values. So the moment we click on this option and go on to the report, we will be able to see our 3B comparison with the GST portal filed GSTR 3B, right? So here also we can view that what is reflecting in my GSTR 3B report in my books of accounts versus what I had filed onto the GST portal. I can view these on a month on month. Let's say I want to view only for the month of April. I can simply change the period, and if you can see that once I change the period, the values of GST return also gets changed automatically. So I can make a comparison instant by changing the periods. I do not need to hover between the GST returns and the books of accounts. Simply I put the change period, it will change whole of data automatically with a comparison with a category. So this is how we can compare about the GSTR 3B reconciliation inside Teleprime. Now coming back to on our GSTR 2B reconciliation, wherein we spend a lot of time uh, and it is very critical from the ITC perspective. So here let's go on to the Karnataka registration and we'll keep the period as August. So once I download, I can view the data in comparison with the GST portal. Now here you can see that all the bills are reconciled. So what do? We just try to spot the differences, right? So we'll press F5 and I'll see those bills category wise. So these are the bills which are mismatched. These are the bills which are only available in books, and these are the bills which are available only on the portal. So let's first focus on the mismatch. So what all is mismatching here on this case? So in KLM Limited, we can see here on the screen that taxable amount matches, CGST, SGST matches. But here there is a difference between invoice amount and a amount that is reflecting on the portal. Let's go inside. So the moment I go inside, here the difference is due to TDS. We have deducted TDS, that's why the total amount gets changed. So how to solve these cases? So we'll not solve this mismatches one by one, but we will use the automated options to configure our reconciliation in a manner that these differences get reconciled automatically, right? So in case of third and fourth, that is Om Style Traders, you can see everything matches, but there are few differences with respect to round off. So 50 paise is a round off difference and 82 paise is the round off difference, due to which it is not matching. So how to solve this kind of mismatches? So we'll use the option configuration F11. So in company configuration, we will again go to enable GST. We'll select the Karnataka because that's what we are doing reconciliation for. So here you can see on the right hand side some new options and a new section, that is reconciliation configuration. So there can be predominantly 5 reasons due to which the differences arises, right? So in our case, there are 2 reasons. One is total invoice amount doesn't match, and second one is there is a difference between the books and a portal values. So here for the difference is due to TDS, or it may be due to transportation, or it may be due to any other item or a labor or any other thing. So if everything matches, taxable value, CGST, SGST, IGST, but my total invoice doesn't match, I'll configure here that ignore the difference in invoice amount. If there is a round of difference that needs to be taken care, I'll select the last option, that is ignore difference in books and portal values. I'll press yes. Here I need to define the amount by which the difference should be allowed. So it's a kind of tolerance value wherein we can determine the value, let's say 2 rupees or 3 rupees or 5 rupees. Let's say we put down 2 rupees here. Now Tally is going to ask effective date. So let's say we already have crossed 6 months. Now, if we are going to reconcile for the whole year, should we knock off the differences of past 6 months manually or automatic? Ideally, looking to the volume, it should be on an automatic mode, right? So we'll give here new effective date. What this new effective date does is, if I put here 1/4/24, whatever are the differences in invoice amount as well as in round off difference of up to 2 rupees, right from 1st April 24 till today, it will get auto reconciled based on this effective date. So the moment I come out of this, you can see the status of those mismatched bills got reconciled automatically. So those 4 bills are reconciled automatically. I need not to do anything else. Now let's go on to another 2 bills. So the first 2 bills pertains to Rahul stores, right? Wherein what is the difference? Exactly everything matches. Taxable amount, IGST, total invoice amount. What is not matching is the bill number. Here, the data that we have got is mentioned as 8845 as invoice number, but here whatever counterparty has uploaded on the GST portal reflects the full bill number. Now, these are very common cases wherein we don't get the accuracy in the invoice number. So how to take care of those mismatches in the bill number? Rest everything matches. So there is a very easy, mechanism to reconcile them automatically. We will go back from this. These bills will reflect available online books inside GST R2B report. We will go inside the available online books, and here we'll ask Tally that, ignoring the invoice difference, what all parameters are matching and what are potential matches. Right. So we'll go on F12 configure on the screen. Here on this screen, the third last option that we have is show potential matches between books and portal. The moment I press yes and go to this screen again, Tally will automatically showcase potential matches, ignoring the document number, that is the invoice number. If the rest parameters are matching, it will show up a comparison. Now, if I want to match all these bills together, I can select both of bills together, and on the right hand side, you can see a new option called copy doc number and date from the portal. So I click on this particular option. What option this is for? So if I have written the half invoice number and I want that half invoice number to be replaced with the actual invoice number that I got from the portal, I have that flexibility to do so. So I'll go to this option, copy the doc number and doc date from the portal to the books. The moment I press yes, it will get auto reconciled. Now it is no longer available in this books. If we go again in the ITC section and press F5, those 2 bills of Rahul stores got reconciled. Right? Now coming on to this 3 rows from available online portal. Let's say these are the bills which supplier have wrongly uploaded with our GST number, and we do not need to claim ITC for the same as of now. As of
I have
now,
few questions.
yes.
There are few questions. Please explain the effective date of issues in last discussion.
Effective date in the last discussion. So let's say, let's take up this effective date in GSTR2B itself, since we are here. So let's say we have one bill which is available only in books, right? So for this bill, KLM Limited has told us that this one bill is missed out in our GST return, and we will upload the same bill in the next month GST return, right? So in this case, what we can do, we can shift this ITC to the next month, and that's where this will help us to shift this ITC from one month to another month. Let's say we'll select this bill, we'll click on the set effective date. So in GSTR 2B, it is scheduled to reflect in the month of September. So in GSTR 2B, I'll reflect the date as September. So if it reflects on September 1 2B, naturally I'll claim that ITC in 3B in the same month. So the moment I do it, now this bill of KLM Limited for the month of August is shifted to the next month, right? For the remaining three, what I can do, let's say I do not need to claim an ITC. So I'll go to available only on portal. I'll select here, control spacebar, will select all. And on the right hand side, I have an option to exclude it. So on the set GST status, I can exclude this. Please note, there is an option of excluded, not deleted. The GST return data that is downloaded from the portal cannot be deleted entirely. Here you can see those three transactions are reflecting in the excluded portal transactions, not that this will get deleted from the system. So you can see now those 6 bills are reconciled. Now the 6 bills are reconciled, and this is the same amount of ITC that we need to reflect in our GSTR 3B, right? So what do we do next after this? Simply we go to exchange menu, upload GST return, upload GSTR 3B, and we can upload GSTR 3B from here itself. The same way we uploaded in GSTR 1, the same way it will get uploaded in GSTR 3B. So we can reconcile our books GSTR 2B inside Tally, and we can upload 3B from here itself. The rest process to make the tax payment, that should be done from the GST portal itself. Right? Now, coming on to this effective date, that was the question. So we have shifted one particular bill to next month from August to September. Let's go to September month GSTR 2B reconciliation, right? So we'll go to September 24 GSTR 2B reconciliation. So here you can see that B2B bill for KLM Limited that was for August 24 is reflecting on the September month 2B, because party hasn't uploaded that bill and have asked us to wait for 1 month to claim that credit in the next month, that is upcoming month, right? Now the same will reflect in GSTR 3B in the month of September. So we'll go to GSTR 3B. Here we will select the period as September 24. So in September 24, if we go inside this particular bill, you will see for the month of September 24, the bill of August is reflecting in the September month because we have shifted the ITC which was not uploaded in August to the September. Let's say the party fails to upload the same in the month of September, we can also shift them ahead, right? So this is how, using effective date, you can incorporate your missed upload in GSTR1 as well as the ITC which are not reconciled in GSTR2B for a particular month, that can be shifted to the next month. Now you will
Sir,
have
there
one
are
more
few
question.
questions more.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Does effective date automates in online filing of GSTR 3B?
No, so effective date does not automate the GST filing. It only indicates that this particular invoice or a bill should reflect in which particular month's GST returns, relevant return, let's say GSTR1 or GSTR3B. But if you use effective date before uploading, then on the next occasion, whenever somebody is uploading, the old invoices which were missed, will also go along with that particular month of GSTR1. Let's say we had 20 bills in the month of GSTR1 for August. We missed out for the month of August. If we give the effective date of September for those bills, in the month of September, whenever somebody is uploading GSTR1, those old bills which were pending, which were not uploaded, will be included automatically.
Okay, sir.
So,
But
yes, ma'am.
but if both rounding difference is there and bill number are also matched, then
So both will be taken care separately. Let's say a rounding difference is there. Then at F11 configuration, first uh, we need to configure to ignore that rounding difference. So once that rounding difference is ignored, then that particular invoice will reflect as everything matches, excluding doc number. Only invoice number is mismatching. The rest things are matching.
if bill number is not matched,
Then we'll need to go to available online books, and from available online books we can again use the potential matches. So I'm showing the same in the screen. Let's say we reconcile those, right? Let's say we have reconciled both the Rahul stores. We'll select both of them, and to make uh, this workflow understand in a better manner, we'll change the status manually to mismatch at the moment, just for a better clarity, right? Now this goes into unreconciled mode at the moment, correct? So now these are mismatched, correct? So we can use F12. Just give me a moment. So we are already reconciled. So just give me a moment. Yep. F12. Doc type, doc number. I think we'll not be able to replicate that situation. Let me go to some other. So here we can see that one is a category of available online books. Currently, it is not reflecting because we already matched those, right? What we can do is from that particular option, we have flexibility to showcase that whatever are the bills that are having potential matches, excluding invoice number. If my GST matches, my taxable value matches, my CGST, SGST, IGST matches, then ignoring the bill number, it will show up on the same screen what are the potential matches. You click on the control and space bar together and reconcile all using copy doc number and date option. I hope that answers. Yes, ma'am. Next.
should we first reconcile the GSTR1 and GSTR2B and 3B, then we see what is left out, then set that effective date in those missed invoices?
So, so the ideal reconciliation would be once we file GSTR1, simply download GSTR1 and keep both the data in a comparison mode. Then on the 14th, we do reconcile GSTR2B and upload the reconciled ITC from Tally Prime itself. And once the payment is made by 28th, and that is filed from the GST portal, then post 20th, we can download GSTR3B and view the comparison inside Tally. So this is the suggested workflow that will help us to compare and keep the books and GST portal data in sync.
The next question is, in case there is one TDS entry in an invoice and after reconciled by Tally, what does this TDS entry goes?
So Tally does not alter any part of the accounting entry whenever there is a reconciliation involved. If a TDS entry is there and it is reconciled, even though you change that particular TDS amount or you amend that particular TDS amount, the reconciliation status doesn't change because the taxable value, tax amount and GSTN along with the invoice number matches. So it will have no impact on the values of a particular entry or any ledger involved in that particular entry. Yes, ma'am. Do we have next question?
So, no, sir, all questions are done.
Okay, so we'll move ahead. So here you can upload GSTR 3B. Now, what is the best part in GST reconciliation inside Tally? So we have downloaded GST returns, right? So let's see our Tally folder. So this is my Tally folder that we have. So this is the location of my Tally, right? In this folder, uh, there is nowhere you will be able to view the GST return folder or a file. Because what Tally does is whenever we download the GST return, it becomes part of our data. So it becomes an integral part of data. Whenever I perform a GST reconciliation inside Tally Prime and I simply close this particular company, if I open this company after reconciliation, let's say after 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years, my business data is also inside there in Tally, as well as my GST reconciliation exercise and the status of each and every invoice or a bill is also there inside my Tally Prime. So I need not maintain the separate set of data, one for the reconciliation purpose and one for the accounting or a business management perspective, right? So that is where the biggest benefit is. We can have all the data, including reconciliation. The way we do bank reconciliation, and we can open the Tally data and we can also view the bank reconciliation. In the similar manner, we can open the Tally data in future whenever, let's say, cases of scrutiny arises or a notice where you need to clarify certain timing differences. So in that case, for you to access that reconciliation will be a breeze, and you can see the comparison that you did at the time of filing inside your Tally Prime, and it will be very easy for everyone to comply with. Right. So this helps in terms of reconciliation. Now there is also another added benefit that goes to GST reconciliation inside Tally Prime. So what Tally does after reconciliation? So let's say we go to a particular report. So how do we view the outstanding? Let's say I go on to the particular ledger. So I'll go to particular party. So we'll keep the same party, that is Om Stel Traders, right? Now in this particular, so this is how we view a particular ledger, and what is the outstanding amount is that reflected on the downside as a closing balance. So the outstanding amount is 1,22,750. Now once we do the reconciliation, Tally updates the status of a reconciliation inside the ledger reports. So here on the same screen, we have a new button called F9, Ledger Vouchers GST. So the moment I click on here, Ledger Vouchers GST, you can see some new columns that are added. The one is difference in tax amount, balance after difference in tax amount, and the status. So the status is a status based on the GSTR 2A reconciliation. So once I do GSTR 2A reconciliation, I can see inside my ledger which of my ITC is reconciled or which of my bill is uploaded by a counterparty, which are not uploaded, right? So those are mismatches. They are uploaded, but there are certain differences. This is only available in books. So naturally, this is not uploaded by a counterparty. So before I make a payment, I can have that real-time information inside my Tally Prime that which amount I should keep hold of, should I choose to hold that particular amount? So here, if I want to clear outstanding in total, that is 1,22,720, or I want to clear outstanding net of GST amount, which is not uploaded on the GST portal, I have a flexibility and option to choose to decide before I make payment to this particular party. So this is an added advantage of uh, performing reconciliation, that this reconciliation status goes back to a particular invoice level or a bill level. Yes, ma'am. There was a question from the audience.
They are just asking for recording of webinars. And there is one question.
Okay.
My sales bill is showing in profit and loss, but still not showing in GSTR 1.
Ideally, that should not be the case. This seems to be one-off case. If it's a specific request you to have one-on-one, because that's something which is not common. Maybe we should check the grouping of a particular ledger. Then we can understand if a sales bill wherein a purchase ledger is used or an expense ledger is used, then it may not become a part of that particular sales, right? So we will need to view that ledger grouping, based on which, if you rectify this, surely your sales will get reflected onto the GST return as well, which is in line with your P&L, right? So I hope this answers, because apart from that, there is no other logic that it doesn't reflect. So this is how we can view this particular information at the bill level. Let's say something is not matching. In this particular bill of 35,000, this is not matching. What is not matching? To understand or to get insight to this, I do not need to go anywhere. On the right hand side, that option is there, GST info. I click on the GST info for this particular bill, that is invoice number 68 for this particular party. What is that bill amount in our books of accounts? What party has uploaded on the portal, whether it's same. We can also compare the tax amount, wherein you can see the total invoice amount is matching, but the tax amount is not matching. So they have given a less ITC in the particular bill. So to know the difference for a particular bill or an invoice, we need not go inside. Simply select that particular bill, click on the F7 GST info. We can see that comparison on the same report itself. We need not toggle inside invoice or a bill, right? So that's the benefit. So this we have seen that ITC at risk from a one particular supplier perspective. Now, if I want to view the holistic perspective of my ITC, so for that, we can go to a report called Bills Payable GST. On the Bills Payable GST, if I click, I can see all the pending bills, whether those are reconciled, mismatch, available on the inbox, or uncertain. Everything I can see on the same screen. So here you can see the list of all the bills from all the parties. For a very simple view, we can make it party wise, pressing F8 on the right hand side, ledger wise. The moment I click ledger wise, I can have more clarity. For KLM Limited, these are the number of bills out of which these are reconciled. So I should make payment of those two bills which are reconciled. For this mismatch or for this available on inbox, I can hold that particular part of the payment. So I'll have 360-degree view of all the pending bills, whether I have got the ITC of that particular bill or not, or rather I would say whether those are uploaded by supplier on the GST portal, and whether I should release those outstanding payments and I'll not end up losing my ITC. right? So these are ready piece of information that is available post GSTR to a reconciliation that will help your clients to keep track of ITC in a better manner and their communication with the parties in more accurate details on a real-time basis, right? So we have seen that ITC at risk at the payable level once we are making a payment. Now, my business will not work only on the payment basis. I should also be involved in collecting money, right? So I should get the same piece of information while receiving money. So again, we'll use the option go to. In go to, just like bills payable GST, we also have the same kind of report for the receivables, bills receivable GST. So here we'll also make it party wise, ledger wise, F8. So we have two parties from which we need to collect the money. So for Lakshmi traders, let's say this bill is also reconciled. This bill is also reconciled, but we are yet to get the money. So we can have a strongest follow-up for these two particular bills. For the rest, we need to take certain action from our GST compliance perspective, right? This amount is already mismatched. Let's say the bill amount is very high, 2,33,640, right? If something is not matching, we can press on the F7 GST info, right? Let's select this particular bill. We'll click on F7 GST info. Here we can see that the difference pertains to only 300 amount, right? So we can also request the party to clear up the rest amount based on whatever ITC they have claimed, right? So the real-time information about the GSTR to upload gets updated onto a particular bill or invoice level that will make the life of your clients very, very easy for tracking the payments as well as expecting the payments. So this is how the ITC at risk will be helpful while receiving money as well as while paying money, right? So let's go to the next capability that we have already. Okay, so we'll again go to GSTR1. So that is one common challenge which is faced before filing GSTR1. So the moment we file GSTR1, there are certain errors with respect to GST numbers that whatever bills we have uploaded from our JSON file or from Telegram to a GST portal, the GST number is not active, it is cancelled, it is inactive, or the GST number is wrong, right? We come to know about this whenever we use a validation. Either it may be a GST validation tool or it may be an external tool. And then we again come back to Tally and then we rectify that particular thing. And then again we re-upload. In case we do not rectify it in Tally, then there arises a difference between what has been uploaded and what is there in our books of accounts, right? Now to solve this, in GSTR1 report itself, there is a new option called F6 Validate Party GSTN. So the moment we click here on F6 party, F6 GST validation, we will have a list of all the parties which is there for a relevant GSTR1, right? So in this case, we have 6 parties. Now, how to validate those 6 parties? Currently, we used to use the login credential of either EV bill or invoice, right? But from Teleprime 5 onwards, there is no login credentials required to validate the GST information. So simply on the right hand side, you can see a new button called Fetch Details using GSTN. We'll click on this. Simply this is connected with the GST portal, right? And we can see that out of 6, only 2 parties are active, 1 is cancelled, and rest 3 GSTN number are wrong. They are incomplete GSTN number. So before uploading GSTR1, we can easily identify which GST number is not valid. So this can avoid the GSTN number errors and mismatch, right? So this will help us to enhance the accuracy of GST compliance and keep our data in sync with what is there in the GST portal, right? Now, where this GST invalidation can help us further, right? So let's say we create ledgers, right? We all create ledgers, some in another way. So let's create one ledger. Let's say we go to a create ledger, correct? And here there is an option called fetch details using GSTN. So we simply need to put down the GSTN number of a particular party. Can I just get help of one GSTN number uh, over chat box? So we'll use that GST number that you are providing and we'll create a party ledger from that particular GST number itself. If you can quickly type on the chat box, I'll take it from there itself. One GSTN number.
But there is a one question.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Bills payable and bills receivable analysis only after GSTR 2B reconciliation is downloaded.
Yes, ma'am. So here, just to rectify a bit, bills payable and bills receivable will be based on the GSTR 2A reconciliation, not the GSTR 2B reconciliation. GSTR 2A reconciliation can be performed every day or multiple times in specific day. I hope that answers. So we have got the GSTN number. So we'll simply paste this GSTN number. Oh, that's not valid. So there are some missing validations in the last. So checksum digits are missing in this GSTN.
Sir, it's again in the chat box. You can
Yep.
copy.
Yep, I'll copy again. Thank you so much, Rohit ji, for helping me out on this. So simply we have got the details, what is there in the GST portal, right? And whether this GST is active or not. On the right hand side, there is also an option called filing history. So I'll click on the filing history. Based on this, I'll come to know what's the constitution, what's the date of registration, whether there is a cancellation or the filing frequency for the last 6 months. So I'll come to know whether this particular party is regular in GST compliance or not. I can simply have this piece of information before I start dealing with this particular party, right? Now to create a ledger, simply we need to press Ctrl A. The moment we press Ctrl A, here you can select the category and all the information related to addresses, the mobile, their PAN number. Mobile number doesn't get fetched from the APIs. And that's a restriction by the government. What's their GST status and the GST number? Everything gets populated automatically. I press Ctrl A and this ledger is created. Right. So one can create a ledger with this. Now let's say we have seen the party creation from a particular one GSTN. Now in case we have a multiple GSTN, what do we do? Let's say we have a huge data wherein we need to have a multiple party creation at the same time. So for that as well, that bulk creation is supported. We will use button go to and simply type here bulk ledger creation using GSTN. So here there are two options. We can copy and paste those GSTN numbers here one by one. Or in case we have those numbers in Excel, on the right hand side, there is an option called import GSTN from Excel. So we can import it from the GSTN. Let's try to import it from some, just give me a moment. Let's say we try to let's say we have this particular file wherein we have this GSTNs. So we'll open up this Excel file, and here in this we have some few list of GSTN, right? So we'll go to Tally, we'll click on the import. Here we will specify this particular path, and the file name is the same, live GSTN. Sheet 1, which column that GSTN number is? Column A. Will validate and select column A. So Tally Prime will read those GSTN and will copy the same on this GSTN list. Will press Ctrl A. So on pressing Ctrl A, it will exchange the information from the portal. So once we do that, whether those are my customers, I'll select debtors. If those are my suppliers, I'll select creditors. Let's say those are my suppliers. I'll click on the same and will press Ctrl A. The moment I press Ctrl A, all the ledgers are created in a flash. If we go to chart of accounts and ledgers, you can see here that under sundry creditors, all the ledgers are created. Let's say wired innovation. So everything gets created based on this details, right? So the accuracy of data will be very, very high in line of data and information available in the GST portal. The biggest benefit of this is the PAN number of a party gets auto populated onto the PAN field of a party ledger master. That will enhance the TDS compliance for those TDS is applicable, right? So yes, these are some biggest enhancements with respect to Tally Prime 5. So that's it from my side. Ma'am, over to you. If we have uh, certain questions, we can take up any questions to an extent time permits. Over to you, ma'am.
So there are no more questions.
Okay, we have question. Please
Let's
explain the effective date issues in the last discussion, or that has been taken care of. Oh, that's been taken care of.
so yes,
Okay.
these are all answered.
Okay. So yes, if anything is there.
So there is a one question.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Please explain the summary process flow of reconciliation date-wise.
So can it be little bit more elaborative for us to showcase where exactly we need to? So let's say I go to GST reconciliation, right? So in GST reconciliation, you can reconcile at a category level, that is at a section level in 2B. The moment we go inside, we can view the reconciliation at a subcategory level, that is B2B invoices. The moment we go inside, we can view the reconciliation status at a party level, whether it matches at a party level. Let's say a reconciliation is not matching at a party level, we can view it at an individual invoice or a bill level. So the moment we press F5, we can view the bill-wise status. Let's see, if I want to set the status as reconciled, I can select both and set the status as reconciled. The moment I manually reconciled few invoices, Tally Prime will showcase reconciled in two different segments. One that is auto reconciled, wherein no action of a user is required, and another one is reconciled manually, wherein we have reconciled those items as manual reconciled. Right? I hope this answers. This was the case If it is with respect to an effective date, so just to reiterate, effective date is used in Teleprime to shift the ITC. That is the first and foremost major case wherein you will use effective date to shift your ITC which are not uploaded in 2B. And the second case, if we have uh, got some invoices after filing GSTR1 for that particular past month, then we can make an entry in that particular past month and can use the effective date of next month to auto upload those bills which were missed out in the last month. So these two are the finest use case of set effective date for GSTR1 upload for missed invoice, and the second one is GSTR2B reconciliation for shifting your ITC. Nonetheless, if you shift your ITC, your balance sheet PNL will be based on the accounting date only, because in case of set effective date, never in Teleprime accounting date gets changed. Whenever you are preparing a financial statements or viewing your profit and loss and balance sheet, your accounting date will remain the same. Tally only touches the GST return effective date. So the accuracy of the financial statements will be intact as it is.
The next question is, does Tele GST platform help in solving queries support available online?
So I think that question is pertaining to a GST related question. So ideally, if you are confused about some sort of GST, so we have created one platform wherein you can uh, access to that particular thing. For example, if you go to browser and just type help.telesolutions.com, whatever comes to your mind with respect to GST or something, you simply type it here. Let's say you have some RCM, or let's say reverse charge, correct? So if I type here reverse charge, so what all content is available with respect to reverse charge, all the relevant content, articles, and how to do is available here. Let's say I want to understand the ITC to be booked under reverse charge, then the entire flow along with the screenshot and reports is available here itself, right? If you want to know anything about the dashboard, or let's say file GSTR1, so if you want to uh, see is there anything with respect to file GSTR1, you will be able to see relevant section. So here file GSTR1 using Teleprime is the relevant section for me. So what are the 3 steps that are reflected here? The relevant video is also here. So, and if somebody wish to view the steps here, it is also listed. So with respect to GST, whatever you wish to do, you can get it all information on help.telesolutions.com, right? In terms of technical concerns, I think we as a profession need to help each other to take, a right uh, course of, stand when there is, a conflict. So yes, so these are the content that is available for you, your staff, or anyone who wish to understand about the GST. I hope this answers.
But there is one more question. Which one we should use, GSTR 2A or 2B for reconciliation in Tele?
So,
Little light on or after 14th, we should use GSTR 2B reconciliation.
so GSTR 2B reconciliation is the reconciliation that will be considered for claiming ITC. So till we have further directions from the government, we should be using GSTR 2B reconciliation only.
The next question is, like GST reconciliation is important. Same is ESI and PF. Is there any functionality in Tele to reconcile PF and ESI?
So at the moment, there is no such thing, but I'll take this and see uh, what uh, what we can do in that particular aspect. So yes, your point, we have heard it. will ensure that this reaches to a right forum inside the respective teams. I'll just note down for the same. Yes, ma'am.
No, sir, there are no more questions.
Okay, so if there is any other thing that comes to mind,
One participant want to talk. Yes, please,
yes, sir.
Sajinder Dikshit ji, you may unmute yourself and ask your question, please, sir. Sachinder ji, you may unmute yourself, sir. So I think there is no question. Okay, right. अगर और कोई पार्टिसिपेंट कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं तो आप हैंड रेज कर सकते हैं, हम उनको पैनलिस्ट एज ए पैनलिस्ट हम उनको प्रमोट कर देंगे. Okay, no more question left, sir. So thank you so much. On behalf of an ARC of ICAI, I would like to present a certificate of appreciation to you, sir. Kindly accept it, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And also, moderator CMIO Bhagya ji, madam, you please kindly accept it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for joining this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.